Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon, providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen. This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com. This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. You are checking out the best 30-minute morning show on the planet. I am Abdul Ali. I'm joined by my twin brother, Raheem, Architect Soto, the other half of the Urban Conservative. If you haven't done so already, please jump on over to tuconservative.com. Grab yourself a membership. That Hamilton plan is still only $10, and you can hit that link right there to sponsor yourself an episode. And if you do go to the website, you can grab yourself a t-shirt, hat, mug, or something like that to help us keep this little thing that we doing rolling. Our mission to continue to be on the ground to spread conservative values into urban communities across the country. You can sponsor a show, get a commercial like you saw up top. We got to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors and underwriters and folks that are helping us keeping this thing moving. So, bro, top of the morning, man. How are you, man?
Pete, I am right side of the dirt, as they say. You know, I've been told I can't use that phrase anymore, but it just slipped out. But I feel like it's apropos. I'm on the right side of the dirt.
Why can't you use the right side of the dirt anymore?
Well, because somebody could have just had lost someone, and then you say that, and it's just like, oh, you just, you get. It's not a good one. I was told it's not a good one. I try to remove it. It's not a good look. It seems a bit insensitive, I guess.
Okay. All right. So no more right side of the dirt. We'll chuck that one out. Okay.
I tried, but it just came out. It just felt right. I woke up this morning, right? I woke up. Everything works. I can see. I can hear. I can, I'm here.
No, that's good. That's 99.999% of the battle right there.
How was your weekend? You were a little off the grid this weekend. How was your weekend?
Off and on the grid, and some of that we're going to talk about in today's show. Shouts out to the Forsyth County GOP. Shouts out to Iredell GOP, and a big shouts out to Hendersonville. All the folks up there in Hendersonville and Henderson County. Thanks for the love up there. Just had a chance to go around and share my vision for becoming the next vice chair of the North Carolina Republican Party. We're going to talk more about that in the coming weeks. But today, here, we're going to jump right into the news, bro. Sheila Jackson Lee, lady out of Texas, is who you wanted to start off the show with.
No, that's not who I wanted to start off the show with. We wanted to start off the show with this Biden-Kamala bus throwing under of. That's what we wanted to start the morning. Yeah, we don't need to talk. We don't need to talk respectfully. We don't need to talk about to start with that level of stupidity in the morning.
Okay. Well, y'all know, and this is the thing. This is why we've got Trump and Biden up there, because it appears that's what it's shaking up to be. Folks are saying that Biden has little to no confidence in any other Democrat's ability to beat Donald Trump. The whole thing is Kamala Harris's performance has been, I don't even know, bro. Is abysmal a strong enough word? What's the strongest word you could give for for Kamala Harris's. I don't want to do it. You go ahead because there's some words I could fly out there, but in the comments, get in, let us know what do you think of Kamala Harris's performance. Joe will be the first octogenarian to run for president again, and if he somehow, some way, if enough dead people show up, I guess, gets back in there again, it'll be the first octogenarian president. Now we're not ageist here, okay? We're not being ageist here, but let's ask.
Why is it ageist when you say, "Hey, sir, you're 81. You shouldn't be doing that." Like, why is that ageist? There are things 81-year-olds. All right, listen, we're 40 what?
44 will be 45 in December.
Let me lay this out in all fairness. There are things that I think I can do that when I attempt to do them, a self-preservation mechanism kicks in and goes, "Hey, buddy, those ain't 21-year-old knees no more. Hey, buddy, them ain't 21-year-old elbow. Them ain't even 32-year-old elbows no more."
Wow.
So if I'm able to come to that level of realization about myself, why is it ageist? Why is it ageist to suggest you're 99 going on 1 billion? You barely know how to use a cell phone. How is that ageist? I just don't understand why telling Joe to go sit his ass down somewhere is ageist. I don't even know how you can qualify that.
So here's the catch. He can't pick anybody else.
What do you mean?
This is the pressure. They're saying that. This is coming out of a couple of different outlets. Reuters is part of Reuters is saying this is that Harris heads into a high pressure situation as Biden, who is now 80, moves towards an unprecedented run for a second term as the first octogenarian in the Oval Office. If he wins and become ill or can't fulfill his duties, Harris would then succeed him, and that reality will hang over their 2024 election bid. So, do you fire the black lady? As a Democrat, do you fire the black lady? Do you switch up your ticket? And it's happened a few times where the vice president does not continue into the second run of an incumbent president. You know what I'm saying? That's happened a few times where they've switched up mid, in between that 8. But while the pair reportedly have a good working relationship, Democratic sources say Biden has frustrations about some of her work. No duh. He is convinced that neither Harris nor any other Democrat hopeful would be able to beat former President Trump if he is the Republican nominee, and that is a factor that has influenced Biden's inclination to run once again. This is a former White House official speaking. If he did not think she was capable, he would not have picked her, but it is a question of consistently rising to the occasion, said the former official speaking on the condition of anonymity. I think his running for re-election is less about her and more about him, but I do think that she and the Democratic bench are a factor. She's heading to Africa at the time of this story, but when he picked her, she was the second black woman ever elected to the U.S. Senate. She was more popular than he was with women, young voters, and even some Republicans.
I have to interrupt this to say, y'all are going to laugh at this. I got a response from George Santos.
What do you mean?
Look,
what do you mean? Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you tune in the top of the morning. You never know what's going to happen.
I got a response from George Santos.
A direct response from George Santos?
A direct response at the Urban Conservative. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Breaking news. Let's go.
Do we finish the Joe Biden, Donald Trump, take a break, and then come back and put everybody on to the old George Santos message, the direct response? I just realized it just now. It should have been on the thumbnail, but it's not.
It's not. But okay, tell you what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. We're approaching that time. We're gonna take a very, very quick commercial break, and then we're gonna come back with a detour into a direct message from George Santos to the Urban Conservative. You're checking out Top of the Morning, best 30-minute morning show on the planet. We'll be right back. Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, folks, welcome back to Top of the Morning, the best 30-minute morning show on the planet. Do us a favor, hit the like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you tap that notification bell so you know when we go live. We drop videos 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4 times a week, and we're active on social media. Make sure you follow us. So, as I mentioned before the break, Ali, we got and this is where it went. So I had to comment on this because Santos introduced his bill stopping aid to anti-LGBTQ countries.
Wait, what? So there's a bill to stop
aid
our dollars going.
Right. Well, my initial question was, why is the money going in the first place? Why are we sending the money? I said, yo, okay, clearly you're out of touch with the Republican Party platform. Explain how this helps USA. And then some lady went and, I don't care what people, she got deleted because there's no alpha agenda here. The congressman is openly gay man. He wants to make sure. I said, Gabby, I don't care what people do in the privacy of home, but we are America first, okay? Anything wrong with that?
Nah, so far so good.
And I said, this alphabet agenda is out of control. And I could have went into depths of what I mean by that, but it's like too much of this, right? So she says there's no alphabet agenda. The congressman is an openly gay man. He wants to make sure the people that are in his shoes around the globe do not get killed just because they are not hetero. He's helping the Republican Party image. I can't believe this lady said that.
She said that George Santos is helping the Republican Party. That's a direct response from George Santos.
No, this is from Gabby Lipsky. Then Santos comes down here and goes, where is he?
He
himself
must have
got rid of it. Yeah, he must have got rid of it. He responded to us. I promise you, he responded to us.
He deleted it?
Yeah, he deleted his comment. I screenshotted it on my phone that he responded to us. It's George, why would you do that?
Oh no, you screenshotted the response?
Yeah. Why would you delete your response?
What does the screenshot say? Oh, see, this is the thing, people. You gotta understand.
Why would you delete your screenshot, bro? Mr. Santos, respectfully, nope, found it. I'm about to throw you under the bus, bro.
Whoa. Yeah, that was about to be ugly because we are in a time of screenshots, ladies and gentlemen.
We're in a time of screenshots and deletion. Here we go.
Receipts. It's called having receipts, ladies and gentlemen.
How about we stop sending billions to countries that use our taxpayer dollars to further their evil agenda? It's only evil because you think it's evil. I'm not saying it's not evil. I'm saying those people have that. See, we have what's called cultural relativism, where we're able to look at other people's culture without bringing our American Karen to everything. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I can observe y'all hate gay people. Okay. I don't think that's the right thing to do, but I observe that that's y'all behavior and that's what y'all do. I don't
over
have to hate
there
all of y'all.
But there's an addition to that, and that's over there.
So in lieu of saving taxpayer dollars and keeping our money here in the U.S. and helping it to use Americans' quality of life and railing wasteful spending, I thought this was an easy place to start. I respect the fact that he responded, honestly, with respectfully. I'm glad Mr. Santos responded. However, how do we end up sending billions to these countries anyway? How about we stop sending the money because it's hurting other Americans, not using the gay agenda to do it? Like, oh, we're not going to send you money so you're saying unless they are pro-gay, then we can send them the money? See what I'm saying? You see the catch-22 that puts you in when the announcement is, we're not sending money there until they're nice to gay people, basically.
Well, here's the other side of that. For the lady to say there's no alphabet agenda when she then clearly went on to talk about his membership in that openly gay. I mean, hey, allegedly, what you do is what you do. What you do is what you do, but still, that's part of the agenda. I mean, and again, we talked about this last week. The guy up there in Nassau County, the curriculum, whatever guy that was.
He gone.
You know, my sexuality is always a part of, and my relationship to children and wanting to connect. Hey, buddy.
Whoa. Yeah. That's out of bounds. That's way out of bounds.
So look, while we took that slight detour this morning, ladies and gentlemen, there's some other things going on.
The folks didn't see it. I didn't have it.
Oh, they didn't see it. You didn't have it on the screen, but there you go.
They do now. They do now.
Receipts.
We got receipts.
All right. Go ahead. No. Hold on. So where's he at? Santos _Congress. There you go. How about we stop sending billions to countries that use our tax dollars to further their evil agenda? Okay, so in lieu of saving taxpayer dollars and keeping our money here in the US and using it to help Americans' quality of life and rail and wasteful spending, I thought this was an easy place to start.
All right, but here's the problem. You didn't say, let's stop sending aids to the countries because we don't need to send aid because we need to keep it here. If these countries reverse their position or their anti-LGBT, you'd be down with sending them the money. So this is called nonsense in the world that I'm in. We're going to introduce a bill to say that we're going to stop the aid to countries that are anti-gay until they become pro-gay. Like,
Yeah,
what? You're trying to financially force people to accept your way of life or these other people's way of life. Which some countries, did you hear the man in what was that? Like, I think it was like Nigeria, one of those countries. He's like, he laughs at them. He's like, yo, no, we are not talking this one. No. Like,
No.
said, oh no.
Oh,
Like,
no.
like miss, you are not understanding. Here in Nigeria,
We do
we
not.
have our tradition, our custom, and we respectfully.
Yeah, and I mean, look, you have to respect individual countries, sovereign nations. That's the whole point. If we want people to respect our borders and to respect our sovereignty as a country, we have to be willing to do the same. We can engage in commerce, we can engage in cultural, relationships, the sister
Ali,
city thing.
this?
But
Do you see
hold
this
on,
comment?
hold on, I don't see it. Hold
When
on,
abortion was overturned,
I can't
the
see it.
media is off the chain. It's at the bottom. It says when
When
abortion,
abortion was, and Thomas
when
said,
did abortion get overturned? That's where I'm confused. Like the very first
I don't
line,
know.
when abortion was overturned, no one overturned abortion,
I think he's talking about Roe versus Wade, but
but that didn't overturn abortion. Am I incorrect?
no, that sent
See,
that
these
issue
things
back
have
to
to
the
be
states.
technically, brother Frank. We're being technical about this because that is how I think Republicans lost, is because we didn't do a good enough job explaining to people, hey, abortion wasn't overturned. It was just returned. The right for a state to have the ability to choose was given back to the states. That's not, but that's not overturning abortion. Like, you have
Correct.
to understand, that's a very, that narrative can be dangerous. Abortion didn't get overturned. That's not how that works. We're not going to get in the weeds with it, but shouts to brother Frank for being on the check-in. But yeah, Ali, go ahead. Where you were going, sir?
All I'm simply saying is at this point, we don't need to be sending unnecessary foreign aid anywhere. We need to be keeping that here at home. There's enough going on here. The price of gas, the price of food, the price of shelter, the inflation.
I'd be even curious to the voters in his district. Did you guys elect him to introduce a anti-LGBT? Did y'all elect him to do that? Was that
I doubt it.
When he campaigned and he said, what I'm going to do is A, B, and C. Did that include, we're going to stop the aid to countries that don't agree with the LGBTQ lifestyle?
No, I don't think that was a thing.
And that's why I asked the question about the Republican Party platform. I think there's so many Republicans that are Republicans, but I think they're like, some of them aren't studied, if you will, Ali. Like, some people don't even know there's an actual platform.
Right. Well, the other thing is, and folks, we tell y'all all the time, you got to read past the headlines, because the headlines are how they shape a narrative. A lot of folks are guilty of just Centros introduces bill, stop right there.
Right. Abortion is overturned. Stop. Or this, stop. And don't read past the headlines.
It's a lot more moving wheels, moving parts to the machine. That is what you're reading on these headlines. So a lot of times, and especially in things like this is to me, this is throwing the dog off the scent of the other stuff that Santos got going on. And I'm not even going down that rabbit hole with him. But I think this is a like I said, a throw off to throw the dog off the scent of some other stuff that's going on. But ladies and gentlemen, we're approaching the 20-minute mark here on Top of the Morning. You're checking out the best 30-minute morning show on the planet.
Interruption. Did you hear the shout out? Did you hear the shout out to Mr. Santos? Respectfully. Thank you for the response, Mr. Santos. Respectfully. Thank you for the response. You see, we kept it clean up there. We didn't do nothing. We ain't go, at least I didn't go in on you. We did go in on you in some other videos, because deservedly so, but respectfully, thanks for the response. Go ahead, Ali.
All right, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break here on Top of the Morning. We're going to talk about the North Carolina governor's race is heating up. We'll be right back here on
Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon.
providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on Top of the Morning. You're checking out the best 30-minute morning show on the planet. I am Abdul Ali. I'm joined with my twin brother, Raheem Architect Soto. We are the TUC twins. We appreciate you taking your morning to be with us here. And don't forget, tonight at 8 o'clock, the Urban Conservative Live here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere else. And if you listen to podcasts on the platform and can't find us, let us know so we could be where you be. Today, we got one more little thing to cover, bro, and this is going to be interesting. This is really going to be interesting. As you all know, not only is there a presidential race in 2024, but here in North Carolina, we have a governor's race. And if you have been living under a rock or you have otherwise not been informed about anything on the planet, you will know that we have a lieutenant governor named Mark Keith Robinson, first African-American lieutenant governor in the history of North Carolina. Just so happens to be a Republican. Gave a wonderful speech up at the Greensboro City Council, and that just kind of skyrocketed him, became an NRA spokesman, and won his lieutenant governor's race back in 2020. Has done, in my opinion, a great job with the office of the lieutenant governor, and is rumored to be announcing here in the coming weeks his intention, I think probably one of the worst kept secrets ever, his intention to run for governor in 2024. But then you have this guy right here, Dale Folwell. If you don't know, if you don't live in North Carolina, I know we have a lot of folks that watch the show from across the country, but Dale Folwell is the current treasurer for the state of North Carolina. He graduated from the University of North Carolina at Greensboro with a Bachelor's of Science in Accounting. He served a couple terms in the North Carolina House of Representatives, and when he ran, he did get 62.9% of the vote. He took office in 2005 and ultimately served 4 terms. From 2007 to 2008, he was the Joint Republican Caucus leader, was elected Speaker Pro Tem in the 2011-2012 session, working with House Speaker Thom Tillis, who was in the House back then. Folwell gained a reputation for social conservatism, and in the state house was a vocal proponent of legislation that in 2002 placed Amendment 1, a state constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage and civil unions on the state ballot. He sponsored 29 bills that became law. Most were uncontroversial, according to Wikipedia. He supported redistricting reform legislation in 2011. He got elected, and in December of 2015, he announced his candidacy to be the treasurer for the 2016 election. And in November 2016, he faced a Democrat nominee, Dan Blue III, an investment banker. Folwell won 52.7% of the vote to Blue's 47.3%. Took office in 2017. Became the first Republican to hold the office since David A. Jenkins served during the Reconstruction era. I did not know that, bro, about Dale Folwell. First Republican to hold the state treasurer seat since David A. Jenkins served during the Reconstruction era from 1868 to 1876. He's promoted a controversial clear pricing plan contract initiative. Basically, he announced at the and I'm sorry, not Winston-Salem, but at the Forsyth County Republican Party convention on Saturday. I was there. I wasn't there to hear the announcement, but I was there. Shouts out to Ken Raymond. Congratulations once again, Mr. Chairman. But Dale Folwell has announced that he is indeed jumping in to the governor's race. Now, he's been hinting at this for a few months, bro. He's been kind of, hinting at it, dropping little subtle hints here and there. He'll be an underdog in the race against Robinson, who's been building momentum in a war chest for his gubernatorial campaign for nearly 2 years. Jim Blaine, who is a top, take this with a grain of salt, I've never heard of him, but top Republican political operative Jim Blaine has been saying as much. Marcus Robertson spent the last 2 years winning the 24 Republican primary for governor. Blaine's firm said in the December polling memo, anybody who challenges him at this point is going to be a bump on his road to the nomination. 344 days to
Yo,
go.
Wait, say that again. What?
Yo, Blaine's firm said in a December polling memo, anybody, I'm trying to be serious journalist guy, because I'm just, hold on.
Wait,
Says,
anybody who
challenges him at this point is going to be a bump on his road to the nomination.
On a bump to the road
To Mark Robinson getting the Republican nomination for governor.
Yeah.
Now, we have 344 days to go until the March primary. Will Falwell and Robinson and whoever else enters the race will face off. And there are 589 days until the November general election. Now, here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. And I've heard people say this. I've heard people talk about this. Does them two going into that open up for a third candidate, and who would that be here in North Carolina? I don't know, but it is very interesting to see Dale Falwell jump into the governor's race. I think some of that polling out there that came out very early was very, very telling. It was very, very telling about where a lot of the folks are on the ground. But you also have to remember something, and we're trying to be unbiased here. We're just putting the facts out here. Fact of the matter is, Dale Falwell has done an amazing job as the state treasurer. I think with that nccash.com thing, he's been putting money back in the hands of people who need it and deserve it, and it's their money. I think that he's done there's a lot going on with this whole Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicaid plan. The North Carolina state pension plan is in the best shape it's ever been. It's one of the strongest pension plans that there is. And I just, I think this is going to be interesting to see. I'd also be very curious to see how a debate, if it's just these two in this route, if it's just these two guys, I'd be curious to see how that debate goes, because I think there's going to be a need for these two. If it's just these two or whoever else jumps into that, I think the Republicans of this state are going to want to see that head to head. I want to see that.
I'm not going to say anything on this one until it develops a little more.
Buddy.
Yeah. I'm learning how to bite my tongue a little bit. That look. I'm gonna reserve judgment on this one until we get a little bit closer and things start to, make themselves a little more apparent. But I like strong leadership. I like strong leadership, Ali. I'll just leave it there.
I like both of these guys. I like.
It's not a personal issue.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about liking them individually. I'm saying I want strength to be like when my leadership folks speak, I want them to be. I want that command of the room. Do you understand?
I want to feel like I'm following that guy. Is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to express it that way, but the words are not coming to me to say that. Like.
No. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that way. I think most people want their leadership to convey strength and to convey poise and to convey, for lack of a better word, leadership. I can dig that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I don't want it to sound mean, because I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, we'll see how this shakes out. So what else we got at the 28-minute mark? We about to be out of here. This is Monday.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, get in the comments if you live in North Carolina. What are your thoughts? Dale Falwell entering the lieutenant governor's race. Does anybody else jump in the race? And if so, who? And who do you think wins the North Carolina Republican nomination for governor? Got
Real
Josh
quick,
Stein already announced, so we'll see. What you got, bro?
In this last 30 seconds here, I want to again thank every single person who went out there and who was currently out there knocking doors, getting signatures for these candidates, handling petitions. Shouts out to all of the volunteers. Shouts out to all of the Board of Election workers, and shouts to all of the candidates that are putting their life out there, putting their their business out there, the streets, if you will, to get out there and do something. So again, support your local candidates that are running. Find out how you can get involved with your local GOPs and your men's group and your women's group. We need all hands on deck. There's a lot going on in not just North Carolina, especially here in New York, folks. I don't know if y'all seen those Thank Kathy Hochul commercials. We're going to talk about those tomorrow morning. They're absolutely the most egotistical thing I've ever seen in my life. Thank Kathy Hochul. Right? She's your mother. She called her, she's the mother of New York, right? So
the mother of New York.
We're going to talk about that tomorrow. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I had to give a shout out to all of those folks. So for my twin brother, Abdul Ali, this is Raheem Architect Soto. Make sure you are back here tonight, 8 p.m. for the Urban Conservative Podcast. We will be live tonight. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what we talking about tonight, but we talking about it tonight. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the thing tonight. So be back here 8 p.m. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter at TU Conservative. We will be back. Y'all stay tuned. Appreciate y'all rocking out with us this morning. Peace and love.
Peace. Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.